All right, folks, so let's have a talk about this thing called an alpha channel. Now, an alpha channel is a term used in a lot of digital art. So the question is, what is an alpha channel? So the simple answer is, an alpha channel is like a transparent channel. It's anywhere that the pixel does not have information. So using our workspace here, let's go ahead and start with a red layer. So let's go ahead and make the hue red. We learned about the hue from our color lesson, right? And let's go ahead, select the brush, and let's choose our round brush for painting. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn the brush size up, so we're using a lot of the techniques that you already know, and create a red square. Now let's practice. After you got the outline, let's bring the red into the square. Perfect. Now, you see that in the red square, the pixels have information. Now, let's go up to the layer and let's tap on the red square, that gray icon. We covered this a little bit earlier, that there's a menu here in the layers lesson, but I want you to tap on the Alphalock layer. All right, now you see the checkered space that arrives outside of the red. What that's saying is it's going to only select the things on that layer and only allow you to draw into that layer. So let's take a look at this in action. Let's go to our round brush. Let's go ahead and choose a green color. And let's just mark. And now, don't just draw in the red. Try to draw over into the white, into the alpha channel. You'll see that it won't let you because the alpha channel is protected. Okay? Now we're going to practice what we learned here. Click on layers, swipe over to the left, and clear the channel, clear the layer. Now, with our round brush selected, let's use our green fill, and we go ahead, create a green square. And now, how do you use this in actual reality? Because we're about to put together a project here later that will use all of these techniques. Go over to your brush, select your airbrush, select your soft airbrush. Let's change the darkness of the color to a dark green. And now, let's go ahead and crank up the size of the brush and crank down the opacity of the brush. Now watch what happens. You see without Alphalock, this is without the Alphalock. And now let's lock the alpha. Okay, you see how the background went to that checkered? Now what's happening? Look at that. We're now able to shade this green square using our soft airbrush, and we're able to get kind of a nice gradation because we're able to go off the square a little bit. This is the power of Alphalock, folks. Alphalock is a nice way that allows you to get some really smooth shading to an area while not drawing on anything you don't want to draw on. All right, so that's how to get to it. That's how you know that you've locked the alpha layer. And that's what the alpha is the layer in which the pixels have no data. Now I can prove that. I'm just going to show you this. You don't have to do this with me. We come over here, we go to the red, we grab our brush, and now you see the black area right here where we went outside the green. Watch what happens. I'm coloring outside the black and you see nothing happening. But look at what happens when I start going inside of the black, because those pixels have a color. You see how it's beginning to turn a certain shade of red? So that's a little bit on Alphalock, and you see it even applying over to those pixels that don't actually have much other than the black. All right, folks, that's a little on Alphalock. We'll see you in the next lesson.